Okay, so before the vacation, I was discussing about how to create directory using mkdir command and how to remove directory using rmdir command and also rm command. Okay, I show you different ways to remove the directories, and I told you how to remove the directories using rm command, and also I told you that you can delete only empty directories by using rmdir command. Okay, these things I already discussed. Okay, but in today's class, after puja vacation, I'm going to start a new topic that is called absolute path versus relative path. Okay, I want to discuss about these two paths. Okay, absolute path and relative path. Okay, so first of all, I will not go to the code. First of all, I will discuss what is absolute path. Okay, suppose suppose if anyone asks you your address. Okay, suppose anyone asks you your address, and the person who asked you your address is not present in India, or he is not from India. He or she is not from India. He is from, or he or she is from United States. Suppose. Now, when you will tell the address to him or her, at that time, what you will say? You will say that in this world, Asia is the continent, and in that continent, India is the country, and India, then West Bengal is the state. You have to come to this West Bengal state, and after that you have to come to this Kolkata, that is the capital of West Bengal, and then you have to go to the North Kolkata or South Kolkata, whatever you can say. Okay, and then you have to mention a street name, and then you have to mention a pin code. Okay, and then the proper addressing will be done. Okay, so this type of address, okay, this type of address is called, you can say that this is an absolute address. This is not, you can say that with respect to Linux, I'm not saying right now. Okay, with respect to Linux, I'm not saying, I am saying in general that this can be treated as an absolute address. Okay, now suppose in the second case, in the second scenario, a person or your friend who is staying at Kolkata, suppose he is staying at North Kolkata, and asking you about your home address. Okay, now to that particular person, what you will say that come to this North Kolkata and then find this pin code or this street, and they ask anyone, they will say this address. That means in the second scenario, you are actually mentioning your address to your friend with respect to your current location. Okay, in the second scenario, you are actually mentioning the address of your house with respect to the current location. Okay, that particular address is actually called relative address, or you can say that this is a relative path. You can say that relative path. Now we will discuss these two things with respect to Unix, or you can say with respect to Linux. Okay, so first of all, write down absolute path definition. First of all, write down absolute path definition. Okay, write down, it is the path from root to the destination. It is the path, it is the path from root to the destination. That is the complete path. You know, in Linux, the root means slash. Okay, that forward slash. That is called root. Okay, that is called root. So, what I am saying is that the definition is absolute path is the path from root to the destination. Okay, that is, we can call it as a complete path. Full stop. Now write down the definition of relative path. Okay, definition of relative path. Relative, it is the path from current working directory to the destination. It is the path from current working directory to the destination. It is always respect to current location. It is always respect to the current location. That means wherever you are right now present, with respect to that location, you are actually giving the path, or you are actually mentioning the address. Okay, so for that reason, here it is called relative path. The path which is based on the current location or current working directory. Okay, okay. I will show you some examples first of all. Okay, so let's dig into this particular topic. So first of all, you probably remember that in the last class, or in the class of mkdir command, okay, I told you about a short scenario where, wait just a minute. Okay. I created two directories named x and y. I hope that you have remembered these things. Okay, x and y. Okay, and under x I have another two directories. Under x I have another two directories, that is x1 and x2. I hope you probably remember these things. And under y there are also two directories, that is known as y1 and y2. y1 and y2. Okay, and under x1 you have x11 and x12. Okay, under x1 you have x11 and x12. Okay, I hope that you have remembered these things, because I have discussed already this using mkdir command, how to create this directory structure under desktop or under home directory, user home directory, that is /home/home.info. For my case, in your case it will be different, /home/ suppose uh, for Onimes /Onimes. Okay, so for that reason, uh, after creating this directory, here also we have some directory name as y11 and y12. Okay, after this directory name we have created y11, under y1 we have created y11 and y12. Okay, so this is the directory structure that I was talking about in the class of mkdir. But I will discuss absolute path and relative path with respect to this file structure. So first of all, let's create these two directory in our Linux environment, and then I am giving one by one question, so you can easily identify that what is absolute path and what is relative path in detail. Okay, so let's dig into it. Let's go to the Linux and then login in with my password and id. Okay, with my password and id. Okay, now I will come to this particular point in terminal. I will open the terminal. You can open with Ctrl Alt plus T, that I the shortcut that I given to you. Ctrl Alt plus T, terminal. After opening the terminal, first of all, go to desktop. So cd command I am using, cd desktop. I hope you will remember cd command, change directory. So I'm coming right now, and hit pwd command. Pwd command prints the present working directory, that is /home/summer.info/desktop. Right now I am under desktop directory. So here I will create that folder structure, that two folder structure, that is x and y, whatever I'm talking about. So whatever the command I will use, mkdir, then I have to use -p. Why -p? Because I want to create path of directories. I want to create path of directories. That's why I have to give the -p option. And then x/x1 slash x1, then second bracket 1 comma 2. Okay, 1 comma 2, and then give a space, then give x slash x2. Okay, and then space y slash y1 slash y1, second bracket 1 comma 2, second bracket close, and then space y slash y2. Okay, sorry, y2. So this is the command. I already discussed these things. So just create it. Look, x and y got created in your desktop. X and y got created. Okay, they were not there. After executing this command, they were created. Now now the first question, write down the first question. Write down the first question. Question 1. Assume we are in x11 directory. Assume we are in x11 directory. Okay. Now we want to go to directory y2. We want to go to directory y2. Write down these things. We want to go to directory y2. Staying at x11. Okay. Right now, suppose right now we are in x11 directory, and from there you have to go to y2 directory from there. Okay, by using both absolute path as well as relative path. Okay, by using absolute path and as well as relative path. So for absolute path, what I told you just right now, that it will start from the root. Okay, we will see. So let's go to first x11 directory. So how to go that to that directory? Cd x slash x1 plus x11. Okay, hit enter. You can give a pwd command, and you can easily see that right now we are under x11 directory. Right now we are under x11 directory. So here what I will do is that first I will uh, show you the absolute path, how to use the absolute path to go to y2 directory. Okay, so write down the answer. First absolute path. Okay, number one, give number one dot, then absolute path. Under that you should write the command. Okay, under that you should write the command. Okay, so first of all I'm writing cd because I have to change the directory. For that reason I need to use cd command. Okay, now here when I will specify the directory name, I cannot directly mention directory y2. I have to give either absolute path or relative path. Okay, so first of all I am discussing about absolute path. So start from root. So slash means root, then comes to home because we have to come under this particular directory. Then comes .ifo. Then comes to the directory desktop. Okay, desktop. Under desktop you have y, and under y you have y2. You have to go to this directory. So this is the absolute path I'm talking about. This is the absolute path. Look, this particular path or the destination where you want to go, where you want to go, you are actually mentioning the full path starting from the root. You are actually mentioning the full path starting from the root. So for that reason this path is known as absolute path. Okay, sorry, for example, absolute path. Okay, sorry, absolute path. So here when I will press enter, you can easily find out that right now my present working directory is slash home slash info slash desktop slash y slash y2. So this is the absolute path. Now the same thing, okay, I can do with another way. The same thing, the same absolute path I can do by using same another way. Okay, for this case, okay, for this case only. Remember, for this case only, because you can easily find out that this slash home slash subnet IAFO portion, this portion is called as user home directory. As our path, as our path, destination path, you can say even better, destination path, as our destination path contains user home directory as a part of it, as a part of it. So what we can do is that we can little bit modify this particular path so that it will be little bit easier to handle for this case. Okay, for this case only, because as your path contains a subpart which is your user home directory path slash home slash summary directory. It is your user home directory path. So for that reason, we are actually using some concept which can help you in which can help you in doing this particular thing. Okay, so go back to the previous directory. Okay, right now I am coming this previous directory. Now here what I am writing, please note down. I'm using tilde sign. I already told you the tilde sign represents user home directory. Tilde sign represents user home directory. So you can write if your destination path contain user home directory, then you can mention this tilde sign. Okay, and then you can write desktop, and then you can write y/y2 will work. It will work, and it is also a valid absolute path. For this case, again I am mentioning for this case, as because our destination path contains a subpath which is similar to our user home directory. So that particular subpart I can replace with the tilde sign, because I already told you tilde sign represents user home directory in Linux, and in my case that my user home directory is /home/summary.ifo. Okay, even you are using tilde sign, that doesn't change the meaning of absolute path, because tilde sign represents user home directory, and user home directory starts from root of the Linux file system, that is the slash. Root of the Linux file system, that is the slash. So when you are writing this command and giving or hitting a enter, you can see the same thing is actually happening. Okay, so this is the fast example of absolute path. Okay, this is the fast example of absolute path. Now go back to the previous directory, cd hyphen I already told you cd hyphen in the very previous class, in the very when I discussed about cd command. At that time I told you cd space hyphen, if you give cd space hyphen, that means it will take to you in the previous working directory, in the previous working, not the parent directory, remember, not parent directory. It will take to you in the previous working directory, cd hyphen. So I'm using hyphen and giving enter. Look, right now I am under x11 directory, that means we are particularly right now we are under previous working directory. Now here write down the relative path. Now I will show you how to go to y2 directory, or how to do this particular question by using relative path. Okay, in place of absolute path, I am going to use relative path. In place of absolute path, I am going to use relative path. The command will be same cd command, but the destination will change, because right now you will mention your destination. Right now you will mention your destination with respect to the current location. Current location, current directory by which you can represent in Linux. In Linux, by using single dot, we represent the current directory, and then give a slash, and then give the dot dot. Dot dot means current directory. Right now we are under x11 directory, so the parent of x11 is x1. Then give a slash. We have to go to x directory. So for that reason we are giving dot dot. Okay, dot dot. Let me check. Here I make a mistake. Let me. So what I'm trying to say is that you know that present directory or current directory can be represented by a single dot. After giving this single dot, I have to go to parent directory of x11, that is x1, but I cannot write x1, Okay, I have to write dot dot. I have to write dot dot. Then after dot dot means parent directory. Dot dot means parent directory. So right now, if I will execute this command, I will be under x1 directory. I will be under x1 directory. But I have to go to y2 directory. Y2. So what I am trying to do is that after giving this dot dot, that means after from staying at x1, I have to again give the dot dot so that I can go under x. So that I can go under x. Then I have to again mention dot dot so that I can be under desktop. So that I can be under desktop. After giving this dot dot means after coming to this desktop, I am not going to use again dot dot because if I will use again dot dot, then I will be under Samrat IAFO. But inside Samrat IAFO there is no such folder named as X and Y because I have created those folder X and Y inside the desktop. Okay, so for that reason, after reaching to the desktop by using dot dot notation, okay, in this particular format, then I also discuss these things when I discuss about the cd command. At that time I didn't mention that was a relative path, but right now I am mentioning because right now you are quite aware of this particular Linux environment and Linux command. So for that reason it is a time to describe these things, absolute path and relative path, so that it will help you a lot, okay, to work with it. Now after coming to the desktop, I am writing y because I have to go to the y directory, and inside the y directory I have to go to the y1 directory, sorry, y2 directory, okay, y1 y2. So I have to go to the y2 directory and just hit enter. Look look where I am. Right now we are in under x2 directory. How to understand we are under x2 y2 directory or not? So pwd, execute pwd command, and you can easily find that you are right now under slash home slash info slash desktop slash y slash y2. So this is the relative destination path that you are mentioning actually. Okay, okay, this is the relative destination path that you are actually mentioning. Okay, or you can say this is the relative path. This is the relative path. This path is not starting from root. This path is not starting from root. This path is starting from your current location, your current position, or whatever the directory you are currently working in it. From that location you are actually going to the particular location. So for that reason you have to give in this way. Okay, now you can write one more thing is that this dot slash is not actually needed. It is optional because dot means current directory. So you are inside the current directory right now. Whatever the directory you are working with, that is the current directory. So don't need to use that dot slash. Okay, that is also optional, but you can use it. If you want to use it, then you can use it, but that is optional. Okay, so the dot slash is an optional option. You can omit this also. Okay, or you can keep this also. So this is the answer of the first question. This is the answer of the first question with respect to absolute path and relative path. Now the second thing. Now the second thing is that second example. Write down the second example. Second example is that assume we are in second question or second scenario, whatever you can write. Please write on your copy. Whatever what I'm trying to say is that assume we are in y2 directory. Assume we are in y2 directory. Now we want to change to directory x11. Now we want to change to directory x11 by using absolute path as well as relative path. By using absolute path as well as relative path. Okay. So first of all, write down the absolute path. Okay. So first of all, write down the absolute path. Okay. I will give you 4 minutes to think of it. After that, if you do not get your answer, or if you fail to do that, then I will discuss. I will, after 4 minutes I will discuss two answers. Okay, but before that, in 4 minutes, please try to do that thing. Till that time, I will pause my recording. So I hope some answer come. Please write down your answer. These answer, as I am not taking this class live as live. So please write down your answer and in the Google Classroom, okay, or in the uh, or what you can do is that you can uh, send those answer by taking a snapshot, and you can email us on our official mail ID. Our mail ID, I hope you know, you people don't know our mail ID, CMS or CMS CMM. Okay, let me check once more. Okay, let me check. I have to check that email ID is correct or not. Okay, let me check once again. Okay, you can mail these things, mail your answer, because I have to check. Okay, I have to check. So for that reason, please mail your answer. Okay, and also 1 minute, just 1 minute. Okay, let me come out from this particular mail ID. Okay, yes, cmspcmm@gmail.com. cmspcmm@gmail.com. Please send your answer via this particular mail ID, or those who are actually inside the classroom, they please, that means the students from our class, our college, the students from our college, please upload your answer. You can write it down, or you can write it down in a copy, or then take a snapshot and then post it into the classroom. That you can also do, but you can also write it down as a comment. Okay, okay, in a comment. Okay, regarding the today's class. Okay, regarding the today class that I posted in the classroom, there in the comment section you can write your answer. Okay, and those who are not from our college, that means the student from BKC college, please send your answer via email. Please mail your answer in cmspcmm@gmail.com. Okay, cmspcmm@gmail.com. So now check your answer. Whatever you have done, is it right or wrong? Please check with me. Okay, I am doing right now. So what is my criteria? My criteria is to, we have to change our directory from y2 to x11 by using absolute path and as well as relative path. So I will use cd command. First of all, I am doing using absolute path. Okay, first of all, I am doing using absolute path, cd, then slash. Why slash? Because absolute path always starts from root. So here I am writing slash home .ifo. Okay, later practice start from root. Okay, slash home .ifo. Then inside desktop, I have to go to x directory. Under x there is x1, under x1 then there is x11. Okay, x11. Let me check that recording is happening or not. Yes, recording is actually, it is happening. Okay, so x11 and hit enter. So this is the absolute path for this particular scenario, for this particular case. If I told you to go to x11 directory, then this is the absolute path. Okay, hit enter, and you are under x11 directory. Okay, in place of slash home slash info, again you can put that tilde sign, that I mentioned earlier here. Okay, in place of slash home slash info, as it is a part, this particular part is your home directory. Now, as your home directory is represented using tilde sign, so for that reason I am saying, okay, let's go back to the previous working directory, that is by using cd hyphen, and there I am writing the same command, cd tilde sign. Now I am using tilde sign, and after that desktop, after that desktop, that x x1, then x11. Okay, after that x1, x11. Okay, so hit enter, you will be under x11 directory. Hit enter, you will be under x11 directory. I hope it is clear to all of you. I hope it is clear to all of you why I am using tilde sign, because you can see that your absolute path contains a subsection of path. That path is known as user home directory, and in Linux user home directory can be represented using tilde sign. So for that reason I am using tilde sign. Okay, there is no other explanation. Okay, this is the thing, this is the explanation for this particular thing. Now let me clear this particular screen so that I can work with it for this particular thing. So go back to my previous working directory, that is y2. So I'm using cd hyphen, so I'm going back to my previous working directory. Now staying at this directory, I have to provide the relative path through which I can change the directory to x11. So I'm writing cd, then I'm writing dot. Dot means current working directory. Dot means current working directory, that is y2. Then slash, then dot dot. Dot dot means current directory. That means y. Then from y, I have to go to desktop. That is an dot dot. Now inside desktop there is a folder called x. Inside x there is a folder called x1. Inside x1 there is a folder named as x11. This is the relative path starting from dot. Okay, starting from dot slash to x11. This is the relative path staying at a particular location. From with respect to that location, you are actually mentioning the path. You are actually mentioning the path. So for that reason we are writing in this way. Okay, hit enter, you can find that, sorry for the disturbance, you can find that you are under x11 directory. So this is the thing that I want from you. I hope some of you have done these things, or some of may not done this, but I hope that this is clear to you. Okay, this is clear to you. Whatever the doubt or whatever the questions coming in your mind, you can ask me at any time in WhatsApp or in Google room, Google chat, Google Classroom. Sorry, Google chat room. I'm, I'm just confusing about that Google chat, Google chat or Google Meet, Google. There are so many applications by Google, so I'm getting confused. Okay, so Google Classroom. Okay, in Google Classroom, there you can ask me any question, and you can ask me on WhatsApp group also. The group where for the official group actually. You can ask it there also. I will give your answer accordingly. Okay, so I hope you have getting some idea. Now another example. Suppose right now I want to create a directory. Suppose now write down the question. Write down the question. Third question. Okay, third question. Assume we are under, or assume we are in x11 directory. Assume we are in x11 directory. Now we want to create now we want to create x21 directory. We want to create x21 directory. We want to create x21 directory inside y2 directory. Inside y2 directory. Staying at x11 directory means you have to create a directory under y2 directory. Okay, under y2 directory by staying at x11, by using absolute path as well as relative path, by using absolute path as well as relative path. Okay, by using absolute path and by using relative path. So let's check these two things. So first of all I will do by using absolute path. Okay, first of all I will solve this question by using absolute path, and then I will solve using relative path. Okay, I solve using relative path. So first of all, give a heading absolute path for this question. We want to create a directory. Okay, we want to create a directory inside y2 named y21 by using absolute path. Okay, by using absolute path. So can you say the what is the command we actually use for creating directory? Okay, can you say what is the command we actually use for creating directory? It is nkdir. It is nkdir. So for that reason, I am writing nkdir. As we are creating path of directories, as we are creating path of directories, so give minus p here. Okay, give minus p here, and after giving minus p, you have to mention the absolute path. That means the path which starts from root itself slash home slash summer.ifo. Okay, then give desktop, then give where under y there is a folder called y2. Under y2 you have to create y21. You have to create y21. Okay, you have to create y21. So I am giving y21 here. Here I am giving y21 here. So just hit enter. You can find that your directory has been created. How? So let's go back to desktop first. Okay. So dot dot slash dot dot slash dot dot. Okay. Here, look carefully. I'm not using dot slash. Why I'm not using dot slash? Because I told you just some time before that dot slash is actually optional. You are actually present in current directory. That means you are actually present in under x11. Okay, under x11. So staying at x11, you do not need to mention the current directory. You are actually in the inside x11. So you can mention that thing also. Okay, but here that is optional. So for that reason I'm not mentioning that. So dot dot means x1. Here dot dot means staying at x11, staying at x11, x1 এর মধ্যে থেকে x1 এর মধ্যে থেকে x11 এর প্যারেন্ট কে x1, তাই জন্য ডট ডট, তারপর আবার কি দিচ্ছি স্ল্যাশ দিয়ে ডট ডট, তখন সেক্ষেত্রে কোথায় যাব x এ যাব, তারপর আবার ডট ডট দিচ্ছি, সে কোথায় যাব ডেস্কটপে যাব। তাহলে এন্টার মারলাম, দেখ এখন কোথায় আছি আমরা, right now we are in under desktop directory. So here we will execute tree command, tree and then space give y. We want to see that a directory y21 is created or not under y2. So for that reason I am giving tree space y. Look the structure carefully. You can find that there is a directory created y21 under y2. Okay, under y2 by using the following command, by using this command. Okay, by using this command, the highlighted command. Look, I am highlighted the particular command. Okay, and there you actually use absolute path. Okay, now as y21 is already created, so I will show you the same thing by using relative path, but right now we will create another directory that is called y22. In the same path, but as y21 is got created, as y21 is got created, so I'm not going to erase it and again I'm going to create it. Better to create another directory that is named as y22. Okay, by using absolute path in the same destination. cd sorry cd not cd dir, then minus p, then hit space, then dot. Dot means current location. Sorry, let me go to the x11 directory first. Let me go to the x11 directory first, then I will execute that command cd hyphen. Right now we are under x11 directory. Right now we are under x11 directory. So here by staying at x11, we have to execute that particular command in dir minus p for path of directories minus p, and after giving minus t, what I will do is that I will give the ready path staying at the current location. Dot slash means x11 itself. After that that means x1. After that that means x. After that that means desktop. After that I have to give the y, then under y2, then under y2 we will create y22. We will create y22 as we already created y21. I'm creating another directory. Okay, so this is the relative path. This is the relative path that I'm actually using. Okay, this is the relative path that I'm actually using. Look, go back to my previous working directory, that is desktop, and after coming to desktop, give tree command, tree y. Now you can find under y2 there are two directories are there. One is called y21, another is called y22. One is called y21, another is called y22. So these directories are under y2 directory. Okay, i hope I hope it is clear to all of you that how I'm creating the directory, how I'm creating the directory inside this particular path. Okay, inside this particular path. So this is all about absolute path and relative path. This is all about absolute path and relative path. Suppose how you can use any one of them. Okay, you can use any one of them, but try to use according to your need. Whatever the situation it is with respect to, you have to use them. Suppose you need to work with relative path, then at that time you should work with relative path in a particular program or in a particular command. Okay, but if you want to go from the starting from root. Okay, if you want to start from root and coming to the destination, then you go for absolute path, then you go for absolute path. Now I will give you some question. I will give you some question, so please do this question. Please write down this question first of all, and write down your answer. Write down your answer. Okay, after writing down in your copy, please upload it, or please mail us, or please mention it in the chat box, or chat box, not chat box, in the comment section of Google Classroom. In the comment section of the Google Classroom, there you may please mention your answers, and then we will I will see actually. Okay, I will see, and I will check your answer if you have done right or wrong. If you have done right or wrong, better you can also check in your machine. Okay, by executing this command in your Linux, in VMbox, that I have told you how to use Linux in your Windows. Okay, so better you can also check in your system that it is working or not. Okay, by using that command. Okay, but remember, whenever you are using rm command, you should be very careful. You should be very careful because rm command is made for permanent delete. Okay, it is made for permanent delete. So first question, write down the first question. Write down the first question. Suppose we are present inside, we are present inside x2 directory. We are present inside x2 directory. Okay, this is your homework. We are present in x2 directory, and we have to create a empty file. We have to create an empty file. We have to create an empty file under x12 directory. We are present under x2 directory, and we have to create an empty file under x12 directory. You have to perform this job by using absolute path as well as relative path. You have to perform this job by using absolute path as well as relative path. This is the first question. This is the first question that I am giving to you. Okay, this is the first question I am giving to you. Then write down the second question. Write down the second question. In second question, please write down, assume we are in assume we are in y22 directory. Assume we are in y22 directory. Assume we are in y22 directory, and we want to create a directory. We want to create a directory under user home directory. Under user home directory. Under user home directory by using absolute path as well as relative path. By using absolute path as well as relative path. Okay. By using absolute path as well as relative path. Okay. Now these two questions I am giving to you. Okay. And one thing I want to mention here. Okay. One thing I want to show you. Okay. A little bit time I'm taking. One thing I want to show you that is that you already know that touch command is used to create empty files. I hope that you already know that touch command is used to create empty files. Okay. Now, have you ever imagined, okay, the file name that we are giving, okay, that file name generally doesn't exist. Okay. But have you ever imagined that if the file name that I'm giving when I'm using touch command, if that file is already available, then what happens? Okay, what I'm trying to say is that whenever you are mentioning the file name with respect to touch command, suppose suppose okay, suppose right now you are on the desktop, so look at the screen. Okay, touch, I'm writing touch abc.txt. Okay, abc.txt. Now this particular file will be got created. How? Check by ls command. abc.txt is there. Under desktop, abc.txt is there. Okay, now this generally you know. This generally you know. But the thing that you don't know, suppose I'm giving some, I'm writing some information or some data inside that abc.txt by using gedit. Okay, by using gedit text editor. Gedit is a text editor. So I'm using the particular I'm opening the particular file by using gedit. Okay, here I'm writing abc.txt, abc.txt, and there I will write some data. Suppose I'm writing tiger, lion, zebra, okay, then monkey. Okay, so hit Ctrl S for saving the file. After saving this particular file, okay, now if you hit ls minus l, that means long listing, you can see that some data is there. 24 is written, some data is there. Some characters are there, some data is there. Now, if you in this situation, if you are using that command and giving the file name which is already exist, giving the file name which is already exist, what will happen? Have you ever imagined what will happen when you are giving a particular file name which is already present, which is already available and contains some data? At that time, what will happen? At that time, what will happen is that actually no content will be overwritten. First of all, that means the data that we are that are already there inside the particular file will not be erased, and the file will also not be created once again, okay. So what will happen if any error will come? No, there will no error will come. So what will happen? Let's check. Let, before that, I have to mention it. Okay, before checking that particular thing, I have to mention it that whenever you are applying touch command, with on a file which is already available. Whenever you are applying touch command on a file which is already available, at that time what happens is that the timestamp means this particular timestamp means starting from November 16 to 1526, this will got changed. Okay, look, abc.txt is got created 1526. Now 1526 November 16. Okay, now whenever I am applying this touch command on abc.txt, again I am applying touch command on abc.txt, and that file is already available. So you enter, you cannot find any difference, you cannot find any such differences. But if you will use ls minus l, and there you can find that this timestamp has got changed. November 16 will not change because today is November 16, and today I created that particular file, and today I am again applying touch command on that. So for that reason November 16 will not change. November 16 will be there, but the time will change. Now if you will apply this touch command on tomorrow, okay, on tomorrow, okay, then it will got changed, the date will also got changed, because it actually changed the timestamp, nothing else. It actually changed the timestamp. Okay, I hope you have got some idea. Timestamp means the time. Okay, look, the time got changed. Right now it is showing the 1528. That means whenever you are applying touch command on the available text file or available files, at that time the timestamp will change. Okay, I hope you are okay with it. Now what I will do, so for today's class, okay, this is the thing that I have to discuss, I want to share with you, I want to share with you. So I discussed with absolute relative path, and I have discussed about the one another feature of touch command. Touch command can also be used as a can also be used to change the timestamp of an existing file. Okay, if the file is existing, okay, if the file is existing, but if the file is doesn't existing, then at that time it will work to create that empty file. Okay, so for today's class, this is the thing that I want to discuss. Okay, please write your questions, or please write your doubts in the comment section, or and also do those things and upload into the uh, that particular whatever what I will say, that particular chat box or the WhatsApp. You can also one thing I want to say before ending this particular class, as I am not present today here, so I'm not taking the class lively and on live. So for that reason, what I will do is that hmm, what I will do is that the students which are from who are from BKC college, the students who are from BKC college, please mention your name and roll number. Okay, please mention your name and roll number, and email me from that IAFO that I was present in the class. I listened to this particular video, and I did the things that I have told you. Okay, then only then only I will provide you the link. Okay, I will provide you the link. Okay, on personal chat box, and after providing the link, I will delete the message after 5 minutes. You will have only 5 minutes of time, 5 minutes or 2 minutes, okay, 2 or 3 minutes, because it will take only 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, just copy and just click on the particular link, and you have to give the attendance. Okay, but for the students of our college, I will post the attendance link for only for today, as I'm not here. I will post the attendance link for our college students on the classroom, and for the BKC college student, please mention your email, or please message me, please text me, and please send your doubts. Okay, I will be there. Okay, I will be there. And if I'm not able to send the attendance link, if I'm not able to send the attendance link, then also uh, what I can do is that I can take your attendance after coming to, after coming I can after next week or next class I can take your attendance, and I will mention that particular thing, that this is the attendance for the yesterday class. Okay, that I will do. Okay, for you. Hmm. So please note down my email ID, samratiafo@gmail.com. samratiafo@gmail.com. Okay.